brought your wife and you all are separated. Is that true?
Yes.
All right. Why don't you share with me what you'd like the court to help you with?
Well, I'm suing my wife Samantha today for consistency in our discipline of our son, especially with his video games. We'd like to limit it to 1 hour a day, and I need her help in making that happen. I need the consistency, and I'd also like her help in helping me with my music career.
And so I take it that when you say about video games, he is liking videos too much.
It's an addiction. In my mind, it's an addiction with all of the pitfalls of any other kind of addiction. It's affecting his emotional state, it's affecting his health, and his social skills.
Really? How long would you
everything.
say he's on the computer playing videos? What's an addiction to you?
Well, I think he would play it 15 hours a day easily if he was allowed to, and some days he manages to find a way to do just that.
What do you have to say about this, Samantha? I know you came to court, so apparently you agree that there may be some need for change?
Yeah, there is some need, although I think that Mike tends to blow things out of proportion. He's overly negative with the way he disciplines Willie, and he talks about self-esteem issues, but I think the way that he's so negative actually is a problem with that more than the video games or social issues.
Well, why don't we deal with a couple of things? Because I think that this came to a head with your son because, in fact, you all are separated, right? Mm-hmm. And remember, this is family court, so that's why you're here. And although it may be a parenting agreement that you need, why don't we talk about the issue about your marital state? Why are you all separated, Samantha?
Well, because Mike expects me to basically mold my life around his musical career, and he doesn't seem to recognize that I have my own goals and dreams in life, and that although I support his music, that's not going to be my thing. You know, I'm not going to put every ounce of my energy into his music. I have other things that I want to do with my life.
I feel that, you know, she had been locked down into these 40-hour-a-week jobs that she really hated, and I was trying to offer her the option to say, look, if you help me out with my music career, I can make a lot more money, and maybe you can work that into a full-time job, which would allow you more time to pursue your own interests.
When you say, Samantha, about your hopes and dreams, what are they? Have you shared that with Mike?
Yeah, I have. I really want to travel. I want to, right now I'm getting a certificate to teach English overseas. I want to go to do a lot of traveling, teach English, work with kids.
Have you done some traveling already to know that that's something you want to do?
Yeah, we recently went on a trip to Central America, and I found that that was really where the direction that I wanted my life to go.
So your calling was that?
Yeah.
So what brought you to a point where now you're living in two separate states? So your 13-year-old son is living with whom?
Me.
Okay, which is tough. Did you move out of the state or did you move out of the state?
Well, when we came back from Central America, Samantha refused to come back to Portland. She said, I am not going to go back and get locked into another job that I hate. And I knew I had work, and so she decided that she would stay in Arizona with her parents.
We're going to bring Willie out in a minute. This must be taking a toll on him because it's got to be hard. I mean, was he close with his father, Samantha?
Yeah, I would say so.
And, you know, if you're all in different states and it's been 3 months, how often have you seen him in the 3 months?
I haven't.
Yeah, that's devastating to a kid, particularly a 13-year-old. So he may be throwing himself into these video games. There was a day, Mike, when the wife would throw away all of her dreams and put all of her focus into her husband. And for women who want to do that, that's a wonderful thing. But that she was also created to do something very special. And it's wonderful that you're now finally coming into your own to be able to find that. Do you think that's what's happening?
Absolutely, yeah.
Right. So how then, though, do you find a way to merge it together where he can still be what he needs to be creatively, and you go with your future, and then you still be able to do what you need to do, but then we add this 13-year-old that's now throwing himself into the videos.
I'm a little confused as to what he thinks that she needs to do for his career. Like, buddy, becoming a successful musician is not an easy task. If you don't have the talent and the luck, well, let's be real. If you don't have the talent, the luck, and the look, you're probably not gonna make it, regardless of how much work your wife is doing for you. So the fact that he's, like, upset with her for, I don't know, having a job that pays the bills, that supports their family, is just toxic. Toxic energy coming from this man. Now, that's not to say that her moving to a different state away from the father is a good idea. I think that was definitely not the right move when you have a child. From what we know from this case already, I feel like the husband is expecting, you know, his way or the highway, that they have to discipline their son a certain way, that they have to focus on his career, that they have to live in Portland. All these things were what he wanted, and she feels totally neglected. She has her own wants and desires and needs and dreams, and he could not care less. And it's really sad that this has led to them separating and ultimately really damaging their child. Because if anyone out there who is a child of divorce, as am I, it affects you in one way or another, even if you don't think it does. Even though I'm glad my parents aren't still together, not having them both in my life definitely affected me. Two things can be true at the same time. So either they need to both put aside their own dreams and aspirations for the sake of their child. No, that's actually it. That's the only option. Because it's not just about them anymore. They have a kid. And when you have a kid, your life is not yours.
What would it take to get the marriage back together?
Well, I'm not sure what it's going to take for Samantha, but for me, I think just a little more support, maybe coming to more of my shows, maybe just spending a few hours a week helping me to book gigs.
You're going to have to move from that place. In other words, if you really want to get back to her, you just heard her say, she's not interested in doing that. So you're a little stuck in that area. Do you see?
Yeah, I do.
Because that's not what she wants to do. We cannot act like 3 months have gone by, you've been separated, you haven't seen your son, and wow, we're here trying to get a parenting agreement.
I feel that I end up coming across as negative. I end up becoming the bad guy because I'm the only one, in my opinion, I'm the only one who is consistent in that. When I say, you know, you have an hour of video games a day and that's it, when that hour's up, I will put my foot down. And
How do you put your foot down?
I'll go and turn it off.
Do you do this? Let's say you sit down with your wife and you say to her, Samantha, I think he's playing too much video games. An hour is not a lot in terms of what these kids are doing now.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of games. Is he playing violent games or?
No,
he's
not.
playing normal games. You monitor that pretty well, right? Mm-hmm. So you have agreement on that. We don't have any issues about that. Rather than you just saying, this is how it is, I'm dad and I'm going to make an hour, do you talk with her to get some agreement so she can buy into and then support and be able to then come up with the discipline? Have you tried that?
Yeah, and I think that's where some of the more tension comes into our relationship, is that, you know, I think she feels that I harp at her about the issue and about not being consistent, and you know, and I tell her time and time again that we need to be consistent, otherwise I just end up feeling like the bad guy. I feel like I'm the only one who's doing the discipline.
Samantha, what do you think is appropriate for watching videos? I mean, for him playing these video games?
Well, I think an hour or two a day, but I mean, he says he's consistent, but he's not necessarily any more consistent than I am on that. And I do discipline Willie.
So do you think that maybe you are guilty in some ways of allowing that to be a place where he can go so that maybe you could get away from the problems that you were having in your marriage?
Sometimes, and also just there has been some instability with traveling, and we took him out of school, and I think the video games do provide a certain sense of like stability or something that's constant in his life when we're traveling and moving and stuff like that. But
yeah, you all have to get your act together, because at 13 years old, and remember now, in any court of a family court nature, it is in the best interest of the child. And you have to really put your own needs, unfortunately, aside. I know you may not want to do that. Even your career has to take a back seat for this young man. Even how you feel about your goals and aspirations and coming into your own has to take a back seat. And we have to stop allowing video games and the computers to raise our kids. So why not, Damon, you want to go in and get him for me?
ma'am.
Okay.
I'm not going to say that I'm a proponent for video games per se, but I did grow up in a household where we played a lot of video games. Every day? Probably not. It was definitely like a weekend thing, not a school night thing. But during the summers, you bet your ass, I was playing video games all day long. Fable 2? I still dream about that game. But clearly, this kid is looking for a sense of escapism. His parents are so deeply unstable, and they are dragging him along for the ride. This is the only consistent thing in his life, is playing video games. It's his one thing where he can have fun, to decompress. He's not in school, he's not around his friends. You took him out of everything that he knew, and now you're upset that he wants to play video games? There seems to be a complete disconnect from the parents and their son, realizing that they put him in a position where he has nothing else. And that's really sad. Having an unstable life when you're 13 years old, arguably one of the most crucial parts of your adolescence, when you're, maturing, going through puberty, having all these changes to your body. You guys basically uprooted him during the most pivotal time of his childhood. And you're just scratching your head as to why he's suddenly so emotional and easily angered. Oh yeah, it's gotta be the video games, right? Right.
How you doing, my man?
Fine.
I'm Judge Penny.
I'm Willie.
Willie, good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Do you know why we're here today?
Yeah,
Tell me.
it's because my parents have been having some problems.
Okay. And
And talking about, my addiction to video games.
who says you have an addiction?
My dad does.
You think you have one?
No,
Why not?
because I play it, and I probably play it a lot, but I can go without it.
Okay, how much is a lot?
A few hours every day.
All right, what's a few hours?
Like three or four.
Any more than that? What's the longest you've ever played it?
Probably 6 hours in a day.
All right, what about when you're supposed to be with friends and whatnot? You're 13, right?
Yeah.
You have friends?
Yeah, I spend as much time with them as I can.
All right, do you spend any time with your parents?
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes. Now, I know right now they're separated, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your dad said he hasn't seen you in a while.
Yeah.
Was it good seeing him today?
Yes, it was.
How does that make you feel that you're not able to see him? I want you to try to open up to me, okay? Because I want to help you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that?
Mm-hmm.
That's really why they came.
Yeah.
And although they thought they were coming about you, I really am going to try to help them if I can,
Mm-hmm.
to try to put everything back together.
Okay.
All right? But has anybody asked you, how do you feel about all of this?
Not a lot. Sometimes.
Well, I'm asking.
Okay.
How does this make you feel, son?
It makes me feel stressed out. It's frustrating, and it really makes me realize how frustrating it is when I do see my dad.
What do you mean?
Because when I'm away from him for so long, when I see him, it makes me realize how much I do like him being around.
Well, what would make you feel better? What could Judge Penny do for you to make you feel better?
Well, it could help them get back together.
Okay. And what about you with these videos now? You willing to give up playing all these videos as much?
As much, yes.
Right. Do you have a girlfriend?
No,
Why not? You're cute.
mostly because I've been traveling too much.
Okay. You like traveling?
Yeah,
All right. You glad to be back? You're going to start school soon?
mostly being homeschooled.
You're being homeschooled.
Yeah, since fairly recently.
How does that work out?
It's okay. I do wish I could be in school, though.
I'm glad that you can, but what I want you to understand is none of this is your fault.
Yes.
But I give you my word. From the bottom of my heart, I'm going to do my best to
Okay.
try to help. And that's all anybody can do, okay?
Okay.
All right. Most impressed with you. And thank you for sharing with me, okay?
Okay.
All right, we're going to let you go back.
Oh, he is so cute. I mean, it's like these parents are making every bad parenting choice they can make. Getting separated, moving to another state, away from the other parent, taking him out of school and homeschooling him, and traveling all the time. It's like the top things that will make your kid feel so unstable in life. And they're in here worried about his video game usage? I'm just... These parents only care about their own needs, what they want to do. They took him out of school because, well, she wants to travel. The dad says he has a video game addiction instead of, I don't know, playing video games with your kid. That could be something you guys enjoy together. It just blows my mind that there's such this emphasis on the kid and his issues and his problems and what he's doing that is making him act out instead of, I don't know, looking at yourself and seeing, what am I doing as a parent that is making my child act like this?
It breaks my heart on many levels because I don't really know if you all know what you're doing to him. I've been doing this for so long that I can look in the eyes of a young person and tell when their spirit is broken. He is pouring himself into video games because home is so bad for him. And you think it's about the video games when it's bigger than even that. So the homeschool situation is one that you believe is best for him as opposed to going to school?
Yeah.
Did you agree with the homeschooling situation? You agree with that?
I think we both agreed that was going to be the best way to make sure that he was being educated because we were taking him out of school during the school year. And
well, now I'm talking about the homeschooling situation, period, because he's not going to start school in any private or public sense. Is that something you agree to as well?
I think we need to listen to Willie. If he really wants to go back and attend public school, I think we need to respect his wishes on that. Are you open to
at least hearing what he has to say?
Yeah. I'm
right.
open to...
See, what you have to understand is Willie can't be your guinea pig to fulfill your dream of being a teacher. Mm-hmm. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes.
You can come into your own, go get your certificate and go teach somebody else's kids. But if your child wants to go to school with other kids, you may want to consider it. What are you all going to do to try to see about, do you love your wife?
Very much.
Do you love your husband?
Yes.
Do you think you want to work it out with him?
Would like to, yeah.
So rather than just do a parenting agreement, well, how do we get two people who are in different states to even consider coming back together?
Well, I think there's got to be a lot of communication happening, and I think that we need to come up with a plan. We need to come up with a plan that's gonna put us both in a position where I feel like we're being consistent. She feels like maybe I'm not being so negative.
You say I don't support you when I do, and I don't discipline Willie when I do, and recognizing what I do and not focusing on what I don't do all the time.
Well, I'll try to be more aware and pay more attention to that.
Do you know that that's really all that needs to happen? Is that you all need to talk? So the first part of the agreement will be that you all will communicate about each other with each other. You okay? It's going to be fine. That's why you came. That's why you came. Now, I don't need you crying on me. You're crying because it's a good thing, right?
Yes, I miss my family.
I know you miss your family. Do you miss your husband?
Yes, I do.
I know that. And so what we're going to do is you guys will talk at least every day or every other day without arguing about your issues. Let's come up with a good time for him to be doing videos, which is maybe 3 hours. What do you think?
2.
What do you think?
2 to 3, yeah.
Let's go with 2.5.
Okay, let's make a definite number here.
Okay, 2.5.
2.5 hours. So we're going to call it both a marriage and parenting agreement to hopefully get you back on track. All right?
Thank you.
Okay. Court stands adjourned. Thank you.
Samantha, I'm in love with you. I can't fight it. I ain't gonna hide it no more. Samantha, I'm in love with you. Samantha, I'm in love.
Oh my gosh. Why am I crying? Well, that was adorable and incredibly awkward. Ah, I love it. Willie was like, Dad, can you like not do that right now? Okay, but actually that was really sweet. And I think I'm getting so emotional because it feels like this couple just have like a big lack of communication and their focus has been so deeply on themselves instead of focusing on each other, focusing on their family as a whole. There's one thing I know about relationships is as long as you guys are both focusing on the other person, being selfless, then that relationship is just gonna continue to grow. The moment you become selfish, your relationship is bound to break. I always viewed love as being selfless, is putting others before yourself. So as long as you're doing that, you're really showing love. And that's not like an easy thing to do. It's a choice that we have to make, but I'm really hoping that this couple does make that choice. And honestly, I don't know about this music career of yours. You might want to stop blaming your wife as to why it's not working out. Anyway, I'm curious to know your thoughts on this video. Do you think he has a future in music? Do you think these parents should get back together and put Willie back in school? I want to know your thoughts in the comments down below. Leave a like and a follow, and I'll see you guys next time.